Can Tua Tagavailoa be a franchise quarterback? Can he be the guy in Miami to lead them to the playoffs, lead them to the promised land, and win a Super Bowl? They have not had a franchise guy since Dan Marino. The Dolphins have, to their credit, they've been looking. They've been looking high. They've been looking low. They've been looking left. They've been looking right. They have swung and missed on almost every single person since Dan Marino retired to find that next guy. And the reason why I love the Tyreek Hill trade, the reason why this trade is finally now going to answer whether Tua is a franchise guy or not, is because for the first time in Tua's, going into year number 3 now, so the first time in his career, he actually has enough around him to be able to evaluate whether he's a good quarterback or not. The first 2 seasons, you cannot evaluate whether Tua is a franchise guy. There's been a lot of evaluation, though, on Twitter. There's been a lot of talk about whether Tua can play well and pinning the struggles on him. Talking about how, he's gotten benched a few times. Talking about how he throws the ball 3 yards every single pass. There are reasons why Tua did not throw the ball deep. There are reasons why Tua got banged up. The guy had no help around him. And so for the first time, the Dolphins are actually giving him a chance to show whether he can be the guy or not. So if you're the Dolphins, your only expectation, your only goal in 2022 should be finding out if Tua is your franchise guy or not. Playoffs, forget about it. For me, if you make them, it's gravy. But getting an answer on Tua. Forget about trying, to get 10 wins or more next season and competing in a very loaded AFC. The only goal I think the Dolphins should have next year is figuring out the future of Tua Tagavailoa. Is he our guy, or do we have to use one of the 2 draft picks next year we have in the first round in the 2023 draft to either trade up to get a quarterback, maybe package those picks to trade for a disgruntled quarterback, whatever. Figure out a long-term answer. But at least we finally now will have concrete evidence, one way or another, on whether Tua can be the guy or not. Because you add Tyreek Hill to Jalen Waddle, to recently signed offensive tackle Teron Armstead, to receiver Cedric Wilson, to tight end Mike Gesicki, to head coach Mike McDaniel. Again, for the first time and now heading to year number 3 of Tua's Dolphins career, there is enough talent to decipher whether Tua can be the guy next season. If he struggles, pull the cord. There's no excuse. You got to move on and find someone else. But if he plays well, if he leads his team to the playoffs, if he leads them to a winning record and shows you this guy is pretty damn good when he has a good team around him, okay, you can feel confident going forward in a loaded AFC. You have a quarterback that could go toe-to-toe and hold his own with all the other young quarterbacks in this conference. And you look at what Tua's been dealing with each of the last few seasons. There are a lot of excuses I can make and I will make for his play. Like, his struggles are well documented, right? He was benched a few times in year number 1 for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Last year he got hurt, and the Dolphins were 1-7 before roaring back to eventually finish 9-8. But through the first 2 seasons, Tua has gotten exactly 0 help around him. He was playing behind one of the worst offensive lines in all of the NFL. Through his first 2 seasons, Tua has been sacked a total of 40 times. Now, he's played in only 21 games. So basically, he's averaging getting sacked twice a game. Here's why that is significant. Tua doesn't hold on to the ball very long. The ball is snapped and it's out quick. So if for someone who gets the ball out as quick as he does, the fact he's getting sacked 40 times in 21 games highlights just how bad the offensive line around him is. Let's put some stats to it. Last year, Tua Tagavailoa, from snap to throw, had one of the quickest release times in all the NFL, 2.2 seconds on average. Between snap and throw was how long Tua held on the ball for. When it comes to starting quarterbacks, that was the fastest. Tua had the quickest release last year of any starting quarterback in the NFL. Think about that. And yet, he still was sacked 20 times last year.